Hey gang, I'm in Elmhurst, Illinois today. It's a chilly day. Summer's not here yet. It's trying, but it's sunny. We're right by the highway, so it's going to be a little noisy. But I wanted to pay respects to an officer. A police officer was killed in the line of duty in the early part of the 20th century, and his name was Harry Majors. A retired police officer who is a subscriber with our channel, Ray Toronto, suggested that we come here. Ray worked for 30 years and he would come through the cemetery here day after day on patrol and pay respects to Harry. Harry's grave is right here, and it's quite a monument that they made for him. He was the police chief here. He really only served for 1 year. He was a very young guy. And as you can see, he was in the Army and the Navy. He was born November 1st, 1894 here in Elmhurst. And his parents were Minnie and Henry. And we'll take a look and see if we can see their tombstones. I'm sure we will be able to. It's a beautiful monument. Well, his father was a caretaker for this mansion. It was called Gloss Mansion. And that was from 1893 to 1941. And the family lived in the home on the property, so they grew up there. And as we can see, he enlisted in the Navy in 1912, and he was honorably discharged in 1915. 18 years old, and then he goes right to the Army to enlist for World War I and was honorably discharged in 1919. Now, shortly after his return from the Army, is when he was made the police chief here. And he was a very well-known figure around town because he rode his motorcycle up and down the streets, keeping law and order. He was such a young guy. I mean, you look at the picture on his motorcycle, there's one picture, we'll put it in. But every boy in Elmhurst over 5 years old recognized him and loved him. He was the ideal of many, and it was the roar of his motorcycle in the neighborhood that always brought the exclamation from the youngsters, "There's Maugie." Well, his work was dangerous sometimes, and he had enthusiasm for his job. He had pride. He wasn't afraid. He would protect the people. He was pretty fearless. But at 12:30 a.m. on a Saturday evening of October 30th, the night before Halloween in 1920, Harry answered a call at St. Charles Road and South York Street here. And there were several people that were robbed just as they were walking, and Harry came and he confronted two men. And he didn't have his gun drawn, but one of the men had his gun drawn, and he had his gun drawn on Harry, right at him. As we say, that he had the drop on him. And unfortunately, Harry tried to pull his gun while the man had the gun on him, had the drop on him, and that almost never works. So sadly, Harry was shot in the stomach and later died. Both men were caught and spent many, many years in prison, but hardly a consolation for this story, for this man, for this village. Here is his stone. It just says Harry. It's a rather large stone, and I'm going to walk between. There's another family here called the Schutlers. I don't know if this might, I don't know what the relation is, but here is the stone for his parents, Henry and Minnie, who passed after he did, both of them. And you can see the dates. I don't see any other stones here. It looks like just Harry and his parents. But let's pay tribute to a great man, a young man who was taken way too early in life. And he served his country. God bless you, Harry. We hope you're resting in peace with your family. Well, before we leave, we'll take a look at a few graves I saw on the way out that had a lot of decorations, recently deceased. So, White Sox fan here. (1973 to 2019). Taken very young. This young man, Uriel. Here's another one. That is a recent death. Old picture. Jean Gibbs. 2019. I am guessing this could be her husband here. Don't know. This is very recent. I don't see a name, and I don't want to walk over here. It's pretty tight. We do have a veteran, Vernon John. Looks like Vernon John Sheldon is a World War II vet. Passed in '78. Thank you for your service, sir. It's a beautiful stone here. Shouldn't say stone, it's metal. It's a recent death, 2018, Arturo Avalos. Reach around here. Oh boy, so young. Nickname was Turi. So sad. I wonder what happened. It's a beautiful arrangement here. Plus, they have encircled his grave with a purple yarn. We'll just look at a few more. Just kind of wandering along here. I see another picture here. Another young man, Christian Floro. 2001 to 2018. Wow, that's taken way too young. Loving and caring son, brother, and cousin. His nickname was Chono. Here we have a beautiful work. I'm going to circle around here. It's very tight, the stones. Another one taken kind of young, Eduardo Perez, with the chronology of his life in this beautiful marker. It's too bad. So young, many so young. Armando. (1988 to 2011). I'm going to take a quick look over here. There are a lot of new graves here, guys. A lot of new graves. Wow. It's a young woman. August 14, Veracruz, 2013. Wonder what happened. All right, gang. That's going to wrap it up for today. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care and be safe.